the problem. When you interview subject matter experts, like I came in the domestic violence world, I previously did park work or politics, you have to give people a disclaimer. Do not tell me how it won't work. Because people will be like, oh, we tried this in 97 or we tried this in 2017, and all of that gets into your psyche. You don't want no one to get in your psyche if you believe in your idea. So you tell them, hey, before you give me any answers to my questions, I don't want to know how it won't work. I want to know how it will work. I don't care if it's $1 billion. Just tell me what I need to do to make the idea work. And then I'll figure out what ways I need to go about. The last part is implement. You have to go out. So I got a plus because it's prerequisites. I said I'm doing a presentation to college students and people in college. You know how prerequisites. Before you can even go to a class, you have to have a prerequisite for some of them. So let me tell you what the prerequisites are. If you want to be a community leader, an influential leader in your city, county, or state. Final slide. So you need to decide whether or not you want to be an issue-based community leader or whether or not you want to be like a general practice community leader. If you want to be like a general practice community leader, you can be like, you can go your ethnic route. You can go like Asian leader, Black leader, white people don't say white leaders, but they basically just poverty leaders. Because poverty leaders encompass most of the stuff that impact communities of color. So when I got in this, I just wanted to be the best Black leader. I lived in a Black community, and at the time, you know, we had almost like 100 murders in San Francisco 20 years ago. It's hard to believe, but we paired to Oakland. And so throughout that time, I just wanted to be a really good leader and let people know it's more to life than gang banging, selling drugs. And what I didn't know is that everything I did with a Black lens was helping a poverty lens, was helping a criminal justice lens. It was helping a marginalized community. And so that's why you just have to determine. So general practice is really you're going ethnic based. And that's pretty cool because then people can't question your credentials because the only people you have to be validated by is the community, your ethnic community that you say. So if you want to be an issue based, like an educational leader, an environmental leader, or whatever, you have to start going to commissions. You need to look at your city council, see if you can sit on a commission, run for a commission. Some counties have where you can run for certain offices that's really small to get your name recognition out. Another thing is you need to read. It is so much power. I don't have volunteering up here, but if you want to make money in life, it's power in volunteering and reading. So I read 3 papers a day. I read at least SF Gate, I read the Examiner, I read SF Standard, and most times I read the Chronicle. At least the headlines. I'm not gonna be like all the way through, but you read the headlines because you never know if an issue or idea is gonna pop in your head to do in community. Next, you must work on political campaigns. Like I ran my own campaign and that's kind of like how I got thrusted in it. I would never advise that. Work a campaign first. Because campaigns is, you could be broke. Our mayor grew up in the projects. Our president of the board, he also grew up in the project. So when you work campaigns, you have rich people, kids that's fresh out of college, went to the best schools and everything, but you all are on the same campaign. And nobody can out-hustle me. So you have to have that kind of grind, especially if you come from low-income neighborhoods like me. You got to have that kind of chip on your shoulder, like you can't outwork me. No one will outwork me. Last, you can't be scared to spend your own money. Like, who better to believe in your idea than you? Or you can't be scared to ask people for money. Like, if it's something that's for the betterment of the community, you need to ask. You can't be scared to stand in front of the supermarket and ask for signatures and get email addresses and run your idea. It's crazy, but many of us sold candy as kids, maybe Girl Scout cookies. All of that stuff is real life in politics. Then you know what the ground is saying. You can ask people questions about your idea and vet it with average people. You'd be surprised how many people want to talk if you're open to talk. Of course, you can't be scared to knock on doors, make flyers. Canva is my friend. You make flyers all day. Social media. I like Facebook. I know it's the old people. I'm 42 now. Instagram, I don't like. I like TikTok. 1 minute gets me really quick. I'm fine with it. But Instagram, it feels like the yellow pages, electronic to me. But Instagram and Facebook is immediate sources where people go look. TikTok, that's still younger people. That equals no money, really. You like voters are old. You know, like 30 and above. 18 and under, no one cares. I mean, you have like racist Trump may bring out a lot of voters, but now you don't have a big bad wolf, it's probably not going to be a lot of younger voters. So if you're really looking for votes or having like influence on changing policies, Facebook and Instagram is in my opinion. YouTube a little bit, just so people can re-see the work that you're doing. Lastly, you cannot work a government job. I worked a government job for 17 years. I was investigated. I was called and questioned about different stuff that I would do in politics. I used many sick times, many sick days. And a lot of stuff that I did, I didn't get 100% credit because I wasn't free to move around. So 6 months ago, I left the government, which the government taught me well because I did every type of social work from CalWorks, which is financial public aid, to child welfare where I removed some kids from homes, to criminal justice reform when I was in reentry, to my last gig working under Supervisor Safai in the District 11 office. He'll kill me. District 11 office as his legislative aide, where we passed some really great legislation. One I'm really proud of is the food empowerment market, where we are redesigning how we give people in need of food. So we're creating a whole market where you shop for the food that you need and not where somebody give you a bag. Lastly, but you have to work for like a nonprofit or run your own nonprofit or a small business. This is so important because your freedom to say and move around is important. And then also if you're employing people through your nonprofit or your for-profit, you already have a built-in audience to help in whatever political movements or whatever ideas you're trying to implement to solve in your community. So I hope this is informative. I hope that you all run and be community leaders, politicians, or just agitators like me for government, for democracy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.